Well, hello YouTube, hello traders, hello future traders. It's Wellness Smith here with another exciting video, training video. Welcome to my bootcamp training video. I actually do these on Saturdays, typically around afternoon time. I try to upload it around this time, so that way you guys can watch the video, take notes, especially if you're on a journey of becoming a profitable, successful trader. Now, the techniques and the strategies I teach, you can use it on pretty much any indice, okay, whether it's stocks, cryptocurrency, forex, okay. Definitely, you can use it on any one of those platforms. If you're trading those different, currencies, you could definitely use my strategy to implement a trade or two for yourself. But before I dive into the training and to give you the content that I want to present to you guys today, and gals, because there's a lot of female traders out there as well, welcome. If you're not already a subscriber to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button. That way you get notifications of future videos when I post them. And to all my current subscribers, thank you so much for being a subscriber. I appreciate you, because without you, there'd be no me, right? So pretty much the content that I want to share, I'm going to share it with you in the next couple of minutes, but I wanted to just let you know that I've made a change on my site, okay? And this is my website that you're watching right now, looking at right now, is metrofxtraders.com. If you go to that URL and it doesn't work, there'll be a clickable link in the description that'll take you directly to the website, because I've been having some domain problems with my domain carrier. As soon as that contract expires, I'm going to change companies. But anyway, click the link in the description. It'll take you directly to this website. Now, big change, and you're going to want to dive into this change, or you want to take advantage of my one-on-one mentorship before the price goes up. Okay. Now, I normally would charge anywhere from $500 or less for you to hire me as your mentor, but that's going to go up. It's going to go up to $2,500. Okay, so for October's promotion, I'm giving everybody that decide to hire me as their mentor a $2,000 coupon. All right, that way you can actually hire me to be your mentor for the month of October. It is a lifetime membership. Okay. $500. Okay, so you want to lock in that price right now and get me as your mentor, because as of November, I haven't decided if it's going to be November, December, or January, that the price is going to go up to $2,500. Why is it going up? Because I am so confident that what I'm going to teach you is going to make you profitable. Okay, is there any guarantees? No, there's no guarantees. The only guarantees, if you don't practice, you're not going to make any money. Okay, that's the only guarantee in life. All right, but if you team up with me and allow me to coach you, train you, motivate you, guide you through reading the charts, placing trades and entering trades, exiting trades, setting up your charts, and so on and so forth, okay, it's a very good opportunity for you to make some good money. Right? What kind of money? Well, money that whatever number you can think of, that kind of money, right? So I encourage you to hire me as soon as you can. Now, also for this month, okay, if you join the Academy, this is a button right here. If you join the Academy and register for the Academy, I'm going to give you 3 free one-on-one mentorship trainings, okay? So is that a lot less than $500? Yes. If you go here and click on join the recommended Forex Academy, click that button. It's going to take you all the way to this page. Okay, when you get to this page, watch the video and put your name and email address. I'm going to get notification, and it's going to take you to my presentation page. And when you go to that page, click on become a student or join. Okay, and then once you do that, reach out to me, and I'm going to give you 3 one-on-one mentorship. And I'm going to guide you through setting up your demo account, you know, helping you create a trading plan, and also help you with your psychology. Okay, because there are things that I wish I would have known before I got started, and I'm going to share those things with you. That way you have a really successful start in this trading career. Okay, and this is a career, so therefore you're going to be acquiring a skill set, and you're going to be applying that skill set to the charts. And once you acquire the skill set, you can make as much or as little as you want going forward. Of course, again, I have to always preface that there's no guarantee of income. But if you read my disclaimer, it's all here on the bottom of the page. Risk disclaimer. So please take some time, pause the video, and go to the site and read the disclaimer. It's really important that you truly understand what's here. Okay? And do not invest money that you use to pay your bills with. It's always got to be discretionary money that you have to put in the market. And that way you can grow that income, or grow the amount of money you put into the market into a 10x that income, 10x that money you put into the market with the skill set you've learned from not only from the academy, okay, because there's over 200 plus videos to watch inside the academy, but also from me as well. Okay, so definitely walk your hand through the whole process. That way you can get started on the right foot. All right, so with that being said, let's dive into the charts. Let me discuss with you what you're going to need to understand and acquire before you start your journey towards becoming a profitable and a successful trader. So let's dive into the charts. Let me do some analysis real quick. Let me tell you exactly how I approach the market, and you know, if that intrigues you and you feel that you would like to learn more, reach out to me. Okay. So 2 promotions going on this month. The first promotion, you can hire me as your mentor. If you don't want to join the academy, you can hire me as your mentor. Number 2, you could join the academy and you get 3 free one-on-one Zoom call training. So we'll schedule a time and we'll sit down together and go through the basics of getting started right. Okay? All right, so let's analyze and look at the charts. We're looking at AUD USD. That's the pair, one of my favorite pairs that I actually like to trade. And you're going to need Trading View. This is your charting platform. So that's also on my website. So once you create your demo account, we're picking one of these recommended brokers. Okay, you're going to go ahead and scroll down and get your charting platform, which is Trading View. That's absolutely free to own this charting platform. That you can upgrade, and that way you won't get any commercials posted on the page. Like me, I'm an upgraded member, but this is the first thing you'll need: your charting platform. Now, within the charting platform, there's some terms and technology, and some terms you'll need to learn, some terms you'll need to know. So, like, what are these things that you're looking at? Well, they're called candlesticks. You're gonna need to learn these candlesticks and what each candlestick mean. Okay, so there's different names for different candlesticks. There are doji candlesticks, there are shooting stars, there are bullish engulfing candlesticks, there are bearish engulfing candlesticks. So you'll need to learn what these candlesticks are. Now if you go to my site, if you scroll down to the bottom, I'm going to give you guys a free gift. Okay, and that gift is this book right here, the Candlestick Trading Bible. Once you read this book, you'll understand a lot about the candlesticks. Because this is, like I said, this is going to be a career, a step towards becoming a profitable trader, right? So if you want to be profitable, you got to set your blinders on, like a student who sets his blinders on to become a doctor, a student who sets his or her blinders on to become a lawyer, an accountant. Those are professions, right? Those are careers. So you have to stay on course, and you have to practice, you have to commit, and you have to train yourself what you need to learn in order to become successful in that career. So you need to acquire the skill set, right? So that book will help you understand what all of this means. That's the first step. There's also an audio version whereby I have a video on my YouTube channel that will read the book to you. Okay, just do a search. I'll probably put it in the description area. That way you guys can go directly to the video and let the video read the book to you while you're reading the book as well. It's a PDF file that I'll email you once you become a student of the Academy. Okay? Or you hire me as your mentor. Either or. I'm going to send you that book absolutely no charge. Okay? Now, so these are candlesticks, right? And you're going to need to also learn patterns. Okay? Because the patterns that you see here, they happen often. Okay? You're going to need to understand what a trend is. Okay? So for example, this right here, if I take my, see on the left panel here, if you click here, you're going to need to star, and you can screenshot this. These are stuff that I start. You're going to need to start info line, horizontal line, horizontal ray, okay, and trend line, right? You're going to need to start all of this stuff, vertical line, because I use these often. So when you're watching my videos, you'll notice that I use these often, and by giving them a star, you put them on top of here as one of your favorites. So as you can see, it adds it right there. The info line was added when I clicked the star. See, it disappeared, and then when I click it, it appears. So these are my favorites. So my trend line, let me delete that. My trend line is this trend line. Okay, and a trend line is pretty much how you use a trend line is to click on it and take it from the bottom to the top, and that's considered a trend line. So this is a trend line. You can change the color, right? Make it black. And what you want to find in the market are either uptrends or downtrends. Okay, so and you want to go with the trend. It makes sense, right? Always trade with the trend. Do not trade against the trend, because why would you try to sell the market here when it's going up? So you want to buy the market when it goes up, right? Same is true when you're looking at a downtrend, right? You take the top, stretch it all the way down to the bottom, and typically you want to make, of the wicks, at least 2-3 wicks hit the trend line. Okay, let's see, 1, 2, 3, right? Straight through is a downtrend. Okay, so you only place sell trades going down. Okay, why would you place a buy trade when it's not going up? It's actually trending lower. So you want to, place your trades going down. Okay, place your sell orders going down. Okay, now on an uptrend, you want to buy at the dips. Whenever the market comes back and hits the trend line, you buy at the dips, right? You buy at the dips. Okay, and then you sell at the peak. So if you're trying to trade this upward trend, you want to get in when it retraces. We call it the retracement or pullback. All right, so this was going up, it pulled back. Let me use my path for you. This is going up, trend up, going down. Let me change the color so we can see it. All right, and erase it so we can start over. This is my path. It goes up, right? Goes down. This is called a retracement or a pullback. This is where you buy. You buy at the pullback, okay? And then you sell at the peak. This is what you would sell. Okay, get out the market before it comes back. As if it depends on how much ratio you put towards your trading. So if you want the market, if you want to get out of the market at this particular point, you would set a take profit. That's another term you'll need to learn, like setting your take profits and also setting your stop losses. Okay, a take profit is when it hits a certain number above your entry. That's when you want to come out of the market and make some money. A stop loss is pretty much below the entry. Okay, and if I take this line here, you would set your stop loss below your entry. Let's say you got in on this dip right here. Your stop loss will be below. That way, if it does go against you, it doesn't blow your account. So you always want to set a stop loss. So write that down on your notes. Always set stop losses. And then you set your take profit, and if it's right there, this is how much you would make on that particular trade. Okay, so that's important, right? That's you need to learn that. But he's like, but Wells, the chart is showing a higher trend. Like I could have profited here, I could have profited there, I could have profited here, right? So it all depends, okay, on your strategy, okay. Now, and ratio is another thing you'll need to learn is ratios. So for example, this long position, you can make it into a favorite on an uptrend. It's right here, right? Long position. If you entered here, you stretch this out for typically I would say like a 2.5 is you want to be conservative, right? You don't want to be too greedy. 2.5. So every dollar you put in, you make $2. 2.5. You times that by 2.5. That would be your profit ratio. Okay, so we call this a long profit ratio. Okay, so let's say it's 2.52. Okay, and this would be considered a winning trade. So this is where you would set your stop loss. So the red part is the part where if it goes against you, okay, and goes through this line right here, it stops you out, protects your principal. So what happens to a lot of brokers is a lot of traders don't set stop losses. And when they don't set a stop loss and it goes against you, it blows your account. And that's why a lot of people complain about, oh, I'm not making any money. It's because you're not setting stop losses. So it's all about money management. So you need to learn money management. I'll teach you what money management is all about. Because without money management, you're going to blow a lot of accounts. Okay. It's always best to set a stop loss, have a small little profit, a small little loss, then a huge loss. Okay. And then you set your ratios for a profit range to say, hey, if I enter here, I want to exit there. Okay. So that's important. So that's your ratio. So we use this tool to help us determine what our profit ratio is going to be. So pretty much this is a risk ratio is 1 to 6. Okay, it's 1 to 6. You can slide it all the way down here for a 1 to 2.5. This is where I was talking about where you don't want to be too greedy. You want to get in and out of the market. Okay, and you make a small profit depending on how much money you put into the market. Okay, so you can get exactly 2.5, but you know exactly what I'm saying. So you can play with that tool and get it at the ratio you want. Okay, and that's what pretty much we do. So it's all about setting a trading plan now, right? So once you learn these, these minor techniques, once you learn how to, excuse me, put into a, once you determine, let's start from the beginning. Once you look at the chart, let me erase everything and give you the basics. Okay, you're looking at the chart, right? And you got to determine the very first thing. We start with the daily chart, right? I normally start with the daily chart. You can start with the weekly, but I like the daily chart. Okay, the daily chart, because I'm a day trader, I like to look at what's going on throughout my day. Okay, so the daily chart, the first thing you want to ask yourself when trading the daily chart or when charting your charts is what trend you're in. So write that down. What trend is the market in? You got to determine what trend is the market in. All right, so looking at the chart, okay, we notice that the market right here was in a downtrend, right here. It was trending lower. This was a downtrend. All right, that's a downtrend. All right, but then we saw a reversal happen right here. So we take our trend line again, and we notice that the market right here is trending higher. Okay, so this trend line is telling you it was a downtrend. Then all of a sudden it reversed and started trending up. So right now we can say to ourselves, okay, the market reversing is trending higher, but there's a point where the market has to get to for it to really truly be, okay, a reversal. Okay, now how do you determine that point? Well, you see this right here. Let me mark this out for you. This right here. right? At this particular point, the market came all the way down here, right? Which means it made a lower low. So when you see this, okay, in order for the market to reverse, okay, it's got to have a market structure shift. But let me show exactly what I'm talking about. It made a lower low, right? And what caused that lower low? It was a push up here that caused that lower low. Okay, so technically we're still in a downtrend. Okay, because even though we see this pull up here, we have to ask ourselves, okay, see right here, these are all the highs over here. This is what we call all the highs over here. The market went high here, so we put a line there, and we can put a low down here. So what I'm marking is pretty much support and resistance. Okay, how high did the market go? How low did the market go? So this is support and resistance, right? That's our high, that's our low. Okay, so at one point, the market did not break. It went lower. Okay, so something has to happen for the market to go higher, right? So there's got to be a market structure shift. All right, so there's a couple of candles here that will tell you, you know, whether there's been a market structure shift. Okay, now since we put our trend line right here, because we have to include this area, anything above this area of interest, right? This area of interest is considered a market structure shift. Okay, so anything above this area, this line right here, okay, is a market structure, because this was the last point. This was the last point. The market, you know, pull back, right? Pull back lower. Okay, so in order for the market to continue going lower, I'll take my pathfinder here. It was here, then it pulled all the way back here. So in order for the market to continue to go lower, it's got to either hit the trend line to continue its journey like this, to continue going lower, right? But it went past a certain point. So we have to now take this off. And then we'll still take the pathfinder, and then we'll do this and go down here. But look, it broke the last area where it actually pulled down, right? So here you see these wicks, and it bounced off this line and continued to make higher highs, right? So it never really came back down to break this area to make a lower low. They just continue to make higher highs. That's how you know you're in a market structure shift, okay? Because it's creating higher highs and it's bouncing off this line right here, right? So this line, even though we said our support line was down here, this line now becomes our new support line, okay? So this is our resistance, this is the ceiling, this is the floor, okay? So now the market is bouncing off the support line, okay? So now, since we know there's a market structure shift that occurred, we could take our trend line and say, okay, now this is going to be our new trend line, right? It's making higher highs, right? It's bouncing off here, but yet still is making higher highs. Each one of these peaks here are higher than the previous one, okay? So this is where patience is important. This is where your psychology has to be, you know, you have to use psychology in trading, which taps into your brain, right? It's like, okay, I have to be patient enough to realize that if the market bounces off this support area, I need to be looking for a couple of things before I place a trade going up, right? What are some of those things? Well, you already noticed that the market's trending higher. So every time the market bounced off this area, and we'll open it up. Okay, I want you to look at the candles. Whenever it bounced off this area, what do we see? So if we look over here, we see this white candle, right? This white candle is a bullish engulfing candle, which is bigger than this candle right here. So it's a bullish engulfing candle. So every time it comes back to this support line, we're looking for a bullish engulfing candle. Okay. So this is another one. This candle bigger than this one. And whenever you see a long wick like this, the buyers are pushing the market up. Okay. The sellers are not in control. The buyers are in control, creating a candle that wants to push up higher. Okay. So then that's exactly what it did. And then it came back down, hit the support line again, and look what happened. Okay. See, the market was trying to push it down. The sellers tried to push it down with this long wick, but the market right next to this candle, next to that candle, is a bullish engulfing candle. This candle's bigger than this one. So what happened? It started trending higher. Then it came back and hit the support line again. And here's another candle again. What is it, class? Bullish engulfing candle. So whenever you see the market come back to a certain area, okay, and doesn't break through it, you want to focus your attention on candles that look like this, a bullish engulfing candle. Because now, once you identify a bullish engulfing candle, you can think about getting into the market for a buy trade and ride the market up, right? And then all of a sudden it comes back down, right? It hit the area again, right? Somewhat. But yet you see that long wick, buyers are trying to push it back up. Okay, so that's a technique there that you could, practice, back test, look at the charts, and just mark out these candles like this, and say, okay, this candle, and then put it, give it a title, right? Give it a title. You're not trading; you're just giving stuff a title here, right? You're looking for a bullish. Mark it out. Bullish. Bullish engulfing. Bullish engulfing candle. Alright, so this is a bullish engulfing candle. We're gonna turn the whole thing into bold it, make it bold, turn it to black or red, whichever you prefer. That way it stands out, or make it maybe a blue so that way you can see it. Make it 18. Okay, and then you just take this and you put it on top, and you just pretty much, looking for this particular candle. Let's make it red. Okay, and this is what you're looking for. All right, you're looking to mark up your charts since you're practicing, right? That's how you practice. You're gonna clone this and look for another off of the support line, right? This is the support line. Here's another bullish engulfing candle. Okay. This is how you train your eye. Looking for another bullish engulfing candle, which is right there. Okay, this is not, it needs to be set in stone. Like this is a bullish engulfing candle. You can lock your screen by clicking lock all drawings, and then, well, it's supposed to lock it anyway. But so class, this is your homework. Look for bullish engulfing candles off a support line. Okay, support lines are on the bottom, resistance lines are on the top. Okay, so identify a support line and look for candles that bounces off of the support line by marking them out and put in bullish engulfing candles. Train your eye to look for these candles going forward. Okay, a huge candle before the candle before it. Those are called bullish engulfing candles. Again, the book that I'm going to send you goes over what it actually is and everything. So that's the first thing you need to learn. All right, now that's basically off the daily, right? But I normally do a top-down analysis. So that's off the daily. So now, okay, let's look at the lower time frames. Okay, let me erase everything here. Alright, so we're going to go down to the 4 hour now. Okay, now the 4 hour, you're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to look at the trend, see what's going on, and you're going to mark it out. Okay, so basically we had an uptrend over here, right? Let's mark it out. You see how the wicks, 1, 2, 3, those 3 wicks or those 3 candles, right, hit that trend line. So this was an uptrend. Okay, then all of a sudden, what happened? It trended below this line, which is telling you what? There's a market structure shift happening, because the market is not making any higher highs. Right, this is a high, right? It's the highest point in the market. It didn't make a higher high. It didn't bounce off the line like it normally does going forward, right? It didn't bounce off the line, off the high. It didn't bounce off the line and go higher than this high right here, right? Instead, it created a high, it came down, and went straight through your line. Now, once it goes straight through your line, right, and it comes back and touches the line, you have a market structure shift, because what is it doing now? It's making lower lows. Okay, all right, so if you look left, at what point did the market start to change, right? You take this info line, as soon as it started changing right here, you're going to take this info line and you stretch it over to the left, right, to this area right here, and you notice that it broke this area, this shift, right? It broke this area, and typically what has to happen when there is a market structure shift, or it breaks a certain area below your trend line, it needs to pull back and touch the trend line and continue its journey going lower. All right, so practice finding this particular pattern in the market. Okay, because if you can identify this, okay, you can buy going up, and then all of a sudden you can sell going down. That's how we make money in the market. We buy going up on an uptrend, we sell going down on a downtrend. But we have to identify when those changes, those shifts happen. We call them market structure shifts. And once we identify the shift, great things happen, right? Great things happen, because now we know that this is our new high, right? Well, yeah, this is called, resistance, right? And now the market is bouncing off resistance. Okay, and what do we look for when the market bounces off a certain area? Remember I said there's a bullish engulfing candle? Now what you want to do is find the opposite, which is called a bearish engulfing candle. Okay, and let's mark that out right here. This is considered a bearish engulfing candle. This black candle is bigger than the previous candle. That's considered a bearish engulfing candle. This one's considered a bearish engulfing candle. So that candle's bigger than the previous candle before it. Okay, and what do we see? We see another bearish engulfing candle right there. Right there. You can color it in so that way you guys can see it. Right there. And then this one right there. Okay, and this is, I'm just giving you guys the basics of what to look for in the market. When you hire me, I'll give you a strategy that's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna wow. Okay, I can only give it to my my clients. So if you want to be one of my mentees, or I mentor you, oh man, that's when I pull back the curtains and start teaching you all kinds of wonderful things. All right, so this is just the basics. This is what you need to look for. Okay, and it continues to happen. I mean, just look at these two candles right here. All right, candle right here, bearish engulfing. Previous next candle, bearish engulfing, and this is what you look for. Look at that, because once you see this, it's pulling lower, right? It's actually market. You have a market structure shift, and the market's bouncing off resistance, right? And all of a sudden now, your trend is changing. Your trend has changed, pretty much. And you're going to take your trend line, and you're going to make another trend line. Okay, another trend line, right? Now, if you even go down, you can go lower if you like. Okay. Now, as far as entries, right? Now, once you notice this area has been broken, right? Typically, once this is a market structure shift, you want to go down to the lower time frames to look for an entry. So I'm going to block out this whole area right here, right? This whole area, because we would like to enter the market in this area when this market structure shifts happen, right? So I normally enter the market on the 5 minute, 10 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute, right? So let's look for that area that I just marked out. You know, it's near the trend line. Here it is. Okay, so this is the area that I marked out. Okay, and this is and let's go back to the 4 hour. Let's go back to the 4 hour. Okay, so this is the area that I'm looking for right here, right? So I'm gonna change the color so I can find it. Okay. This is what I want to spot right there. So go back to the 5 minute. Because now we're looking for entries, right? We're looking to enter the market when the market shifted lower, right? Right here. Okay. This is where we want to enter the market, right here. Okay. So I'm going to open this up. This is where the shift happened. Okay. Take this off. Okay, so this is where the shift happened, right here. Okay, so we talked about the candles, right? Now, the other thing you'll need to learn is patterns, right? Patterns, because there's a pattern here that happens whenever there is a reversal in the trend. And that pattern is called a head and shoulders pattern, where we have a right shoulder, a head, and the left shoulder. Okay, so whenever you see this pattern develop, okay, right shoulder, a left shoulder, right shoulder, and a head, this is a reversal pattern. Okay, so we determined that the market is a market structure shift. We notice that there's a pattern happening, so there's two confluences, which means it's an agreement of the fact that the market's changing. And we also notice that there's bearish engulfing candles developing in our higher time frames. 3 confluences. Those 3 things telling you that the market's changing. So prepare to place a sell trade. Okay, so whenever you see a head and shoulders, typically it's got to come back to the neck area. Well, I should say, where the shoulder, the part of the shoulder, which is right here. This whole area right here, which is, you know, the shoulders area. It's going to bounce off the shoulders area and give you what? What are we looking for? A bearish engulfing candle. This candle right here is telling you enter the market. So you place a trade below the close of that candle. Wait for the candle to close. And this is where I will enter right here. And if you take your tool, which is your short tool, you place it here. You set your stop loss above the bearish engulfing candle. And you stretch this out for, what did we say before? A 2.5. We're not being very greedy. All right, 2.5. And then we just set and figure, you place your trade. You walk away from the screen if you can. And you just let the market play out. Okay? You don't change your stop loss. You don't change your take profit. So your stop loss will be up here. Your take profit will be down there. So as you can see, you place your trade right here. It bounced up, no drawdown. It really didn't get into the red at all. And it started trending lower, creating lower lows, lower highs. Okay. And what did it do? It hit your take profit right there with this candle. This is where it hit your take profit. So this was a winning trade. Okay. And that's how we actually make money in the market. Okay. There's no guarantees, but we try to identify patterns and we read the candles, because the candles gives us clues, the patterns gives us clues, and that's considered confluences. And once we see these clues, we prepare ourselves to enter the market. Okay, so if that makes sense, you know, give a like or thumbs up. If you comprehend what I just said with you, with this short little training that I just did with you right now, okay, go ahead and give it a like and rewind the video. That way you truly understand what you just witnessed. Because I just gave you some really good content right here that could help you understand the market. Even if you're brand new to the market and you see things like this, you can prepare to enter a trade based on the confluences you just noticed. And there's 3 of them, right? What were they? A bearish engulfing candle, a head and shoulders pattern, okay, and a bounce off the trend line. A bounce off the trend line, okay, because it's trending lower. All right, so you analyze the market based on your daily. You go down to the 4-hour, and you enter the market on the 5-minute, right? You can do it on the 1-minute as well, okay? But the 1-minute gives you a lot of noise. So, I mean, you can place a trade on the 1-minute if you like, but I would place my trades on the 5-minute, okay? If you go to the 4-hour, okay, and you place your trade, right, off the 5-minute, you'll notice that you enter the trade on this pullback right here, right? You enter the trade, bought on a dip, into the trade right here, and we got out. And this candle is a 4-hour candle, so you're in this trade for a good, I would say, it'll be like, because the close of the candle is down here, so you're in the trade for a good 3 hours, maybe 2.5. Okay, all right, so that's a winning trade, and that's what you want. That's what you want. You want to be in a trade, right, for it to hit your TP. Okay, and that's exciting in itself. All right, so yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna end the training based on what I just shared with you guys in this short little training here, because next week, if we make any forecasts for next week, we're looking for the market, if it stays below this resistance, okay, then, and it doesn't go all the way back up, like, so for example, if the market does not pull all the way back up here, right, and does one of these numbers, then we're still in a downtrend, right? If you stretch this out, we're still in a downtrend, all right? But if the market pulls all the way back up, right, if the market pulls all the way back up, hits the resistance line and bounces off, then yeah, we're still in a downtrend. Okay, but remember, we're going to buy at the dips. This is considered a pullback, so you place your sell orders on the dips. All right. So that's what I'll be looking at. Now, in future trainings, of course, this other things you're going to need to understand within this entire trend. You'll need to learn what a fair value gap is, order blocks, okay, because the market has to come back to a fair value gap and push off a fair value gap to continue a trend lower. And an order block is an area of supply and demand. You need to learn that. We'll go over that in future trainings. What is supply? What is demand? So that's your homework. You could type it in Google and say, what is supply zones? What are demand zones? You go to YouTube and type that in. Hear other trainers talk about supply and demand zones, okay, and also fair value gaps, FVG. You can type that into Google. You can also type it into YouTube and watch other trainers talk about those areas in the market. Because once you identify those areas, that gives you more confluence of the trend going in your favor. Okay, and yeah, and I encourage you to hire me as your mentor because, yeah, I need to share my trading plan with you guys, and you can be able to copy my trading plan and help you develop the same exact one that I'm using. That'll help you become profitable in the market. I'm going to show you something. Because my trading plan, I've been using my trading plan, and I'm going to show you some results here. Hold on. Okay, so here's my Facebook page. If you're not already friends with me on Facebook, you can go ahead and click the link in the description and send a friend request and also private message me. That way I know you came from YouTube. Say in a private message, requesting to be your friend, so your video on YouTube. That way I know you're from YouTube. But this is me. Yeah, this is my Facebook page is called Thrive with Wilms, and I'm just going to show you some results here. Before I show you any numbers, I'm going to show you this here from 4 traders. They said yesterday's performance. I ranked 10% trading EURUSD, top 10% performance yesterday. It's no small test. Keep up the good work. Keep winning. So this is I was one of the top 10% trader trading that pair for that particular day. Okay, and then previously I had 3 profitable days in a row. Congratulations on trading hat trick. On your trading hat trick, I had 3 profitable trades in a row. So it says Wilms M hat trick, 3 profitable days in a row. So I'm really excited about that. So my trading plan is working, and I said I've been crushing the markets as of late. Who wants to learn? Comment below me. And then I had already one comment on here, somebody who wants me to train them, who wants to hire me as their mentor. So this is just proof. I don't share this to brag, but to impress upon you that what I'm doing is working. Okay, so here, if you're struggling financially, it's time to change that. Starting today. You don't need a 9-to-5 paycheck every 2 weeks. You need a skill set that can pay you daily, and that's what trading provides you, an opportunity to get paid every single day by extracting some income from the market. Okay, but you need to learn the skill set, right? That's why I encourage you to hire me or join the academy going forward. Okay, so go back to the page here and show you some of my winning trades. Right? This is an account that I have, pretty much a $15,000 account. I was actually purchased a challenge, a funded challenge. I'm using a company that allows me to go directly into a funded challenge without actually trying to pass any phases. I don't have to worry about phase 1 or phase 2. If you're a trader, you know what I'm talking about. If you're doing any funded challenges, they typically want you to pass 2 phases before they actually give you a funded account. But this particular company that I'm using has a way for you to bypass the challenges and get right into a real challenge, okay, a funded account where they actually give you $15,000 to trade with, okay, and then you could definitely, use your trading plan, your skill set to grow that account. So I started this account with $15,000. I grew up to $16,351.65. Okay, and this is the currency that I'm trading is gold. Okay, this is some of my winning trades. Yes, I have losses as well. If you're a trader, you're going to have experienced some losses. But as you can see, my losses are lower than my wins. Okay, because I set stop losses. So it's important that you do that. Okay, so another account. Let's see if we go to the next page. Okay, equity 15,000. Okay, started with 15,000. Okay, and I grew it to $15,554.33. So I'm above the 15,000. So this is the type of money that I can pull out of the market because it's a 60-40 split with a funded company that I'm using. So they pay you 60%, you keep 40%. Okay, but you have to hit a certain threshold before you can actually ask for a withdrawal. Okay, and then once you get with me, I'll tell you what that threshold is. But yeah, this one's above 15,000. Okay, and I'm actually trading 3 accounts at the same time, and this one's also above 15,000. As you can see, it's $15,303.75. Okay, now this is the funded company that I'm using. It's a $15,000 funded Instant Master Pro account. I've made over $1,351.65. Okay, my win ratio is 54%. Okay, but if I scroll down here, I'll show you my profitable days. I started on the 10th. Okay, I made $150 on the 10th, $274 on the 13th, $474 on the 14th. I had a losing day that day, so $240. But then I recouped on the next day, $373, and on the next day, $300. So if you can average out anywhere from $100 to $300 to $400, so $150 to $400 a day in the market, great things can happen. Okay, and then when you hire me as your mentor, I will share with you my trading plan, and then you copy me. Copy the right cat, great things happen, right? So I'll give you my strategy, right? That way you could, practice the strategy and experience the same thing that I'm experiencing. Is there any guarantees? No, but at least you'll have my strategy, my trading plan. I'll give it to you. But you gotta hire me. You gotta hire me as your mentor. Do that before the price goes up. So definitely go back to my site, click on the link in the description area. That way you can go ahead and hire me as your mentor, and let's schedule those Zoom calls, one-on-one training. Because I'm a full-time trader. Whether you want to be a part-time trader or a full-time trader, whatever your goals are, we're going to write them down on paper. We're going to go after your dreams, because without goals you can't hit your dreams. And then we're going to plot out a strategy. All right, you need a blueprint, right? I'm going to give you the blueprint. I'm going to give you the trading plan, and then you're just going to practice it day in and day out. You practice your eye to find what I just shared with you in this video, so you'll know the basics, but then I'll give you advanced techniques going forward. Okay, so with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching the video. Come back next Saturday, but if you really want to take the next step, either join the academy, okay, or hire me as your mentor, and I look forward to helping you decode the chart, that way you can actually become a profitable trader. That's the goal, to become a profitable trader. Sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes years. As for me, it took years. It took years. Okay, because I wasn't quite understanding exactly what I was seeing. And then I had to back test, and I had to have sleepless nights. I had to, reckless abandonment type of strategy, spend a lot of time on the chart. Didn't watch any TV, and just locked in, close the door, locked in, zero in, put blinders on, practice. I lost a lot of money, made some money, but now, as you can see in the calendar, October calendar that I just shared with you, I have more profitable days than losing days. And that's what you want. You want more profitable days than losing days. Because when all said and done, after 30 days, you can look at the calendar, you can add up all your profitable days versus your losing days. If you have more profit than losing days, great things are happening, right? All right, you're extracting a nice income from the market. And that's where we want to get you to. All right, so if that excites you, okay, take action. Because you're the only one who can do this. Nobody's going to do it for you. You can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. You just got to believe. You just got to practice. You have to apply. And you have to be committed and serious, okay? Because great things happen to those who have the desire to succeed. And if you have that desire, see, desire beats talent all day long. Give me a person who desires to be successful, and I'll give them the talent. I'll teach them the talent. I'll give them the strategy. So if you have that desire, okay, let me share with you my blueprint, my trading plan. Okay, let's work together. Okay, and let's see what happens. All right, with that being said, thanks for watching the video. You guys have a successful trading week next week. Enjoy your weekend, and yeah, let's team up and have some fun along the way. Take care. Bye-bye now.